Okay. First, kind of big update to the studio, new Lego room. I've painted the wall, used a waterproofing sort of primer directly to the concrete wall, and put a couple coats of white paint, so that's gonna be our backdrop. I have replumbed this vent pipe, like I was mentioning in the last video. That all worked well. I cut back that pipe and I capped it. That's all glued, and I just finished the electrical. So I tapped into this outlet here that's going on the other side of the wall and added 2 outlets. And then we ran networking cable all the way back. One of my moderators on Twitch and good friend Trogdor helped me with that. It's kind of hard to see, but we ran that cable. The electrical box is where the router and modem are sitting, and that's on the other side of this wall. So we made that cable run up and over the HVAC, and that's coming down here. So I have my networking box, and all that's gonna get finished later. And then I changed this outlet to be black because we're gonna be putting on these wood panels, which are sitting upstairs currently. So we're making serious progress here. So now I'm gonna be going to IKEA to pick up the drawer units for some of our Lego storage. And then once I have that base of that so I can measure it directly, I will be building, maybe today, I'm not sure, building the platform to cover up this piping. And then the drawer units are gonna sit on top of that. So all in all, feeling pretty productive. I also installed these can lights. It was my first time ever installing recessed lighting cans. But that was pretty smooth. And the nice thing about this is I can just easily, you can see that wire right up there. I can easily just unhook those, and then I don't have to mess with pulling out more electrical and turning off circuits and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, so those will be our 2 main lights, kind of like house lights, I guess, if you will, in the studio. And yeah, so feeling pretty good. So we're gonna keep cracking. Okay, all the IKEA stuff is in the bed of the truck, and yeah, you forget how heavy stuff is. The box is finished. That is going to be supporting the 2 drawer units. They're gonna be sitting on it. I painted the edges just because a part of that might show, and the cabinets are white, and then there's gonna be a front on this that's gonna be white. We're gonna be able to have storage spots underneath here. The front panel that's gonna go on there is gonna be magnetized. It's gonna be attached by magnets on both sides, so I can pull off to access the storage space underneath there, so we're not wasting as much of this space as possible. So that is set up. And now we are starting the construction of this wall. It's gonna go here. We're gonna be extending this soffit box out. And so now I'm just framing up the wall for that. Okay, so another little update. We just finished. We framed up this wall today and attached it to the floor, and to some success to the floor, but enough. It got enough in there. And then we put up this brace today as well. We framed this brace up to the joists, boxed around the pipes, of course. And the reason for this bracing is because this soffit box needs to continue. So I still have to put a beam across to connect up there, and then one more beam that's gonna go out like this one and link those all up. And so what's gonna happen is this drop down is going to be a sliding panels, essentially all the way across. It's gonna be these like panels, and we're gonna build them, and they're gonna live on a track and then those are gonna have soundproofing material on them, and those will go to the floor, and we'll probably put some sort of foam bottom on it. But the reason we wanna do that is we wanna make sure that this can be sort of a living wall. I guess that's not really what it is, because a living wall is with plants, but you get what I'm saying. So it can move. It's a moving wall so that we can get, if we need to, we can access the HVAC unit, which is back here. I also started insulating this wall, and I can already tell, even when I just turn that corner, I can already tell that that's quieter. So I started to insulate that with the acoustic foam, or the acoustic insulation. And so that is mostly done. And that's gonna be starting, I'm gonna start that over here now. So we technically weren't done with the framing. We ended up having to frame a little bit of wall on this end by the piping. So we'll have to cut around that for the drywall. But we need a little bit of wall there. So there's gonna be a little, just a panel here. And then this will be our sliding panels that will get hung from this beam. This is like 68 inches or something. So plenty of room to slide the panels if we have to get back there to, you know, extract the water heater or whatever. So yeah, so now the framing is done. We are insulated in the walls. Now again, these are interior walls. I'm also talking through a mask right now because I just did there's just some dust floating around in here. So I'm wearing a mask. But we just did the walls. We were gonna do the soffit and the ceiling afterwards, but we're gonna try to put up the mass loaded vinyl first. I still have to do this strip, but I have to go out to the garage and get another. That's all I have left. I can tell already the echo in here has completely been deadened, like totally deadened. It's pretty amazing. Again, this is all for acoustic purposes. These are not, it's not like we have to worry about heat loss or anything like that. This is all acoustic purposes, and it's already feels like a much more contained room. So that's great. First one's up. Okay. The walls and part of the ceiling of the mass load vinyl is up. We'll drywall all of this. Well, actually, the next step is going to be insulating the ceiling and then hanging the mass load vinyl on the remainder of the ceiling. But that's for another day. That's for tomorrow probably. It's so heavy. It is such a heavy material, but it's basically just like this like rubber material. It's about 1/8 of an inch thick. You can kind of see like right here. It's supposed to be a sound barrier on top of the insulation, so we may be going overkill with this, I don't know, but so far it's looking pretty good. It was really hard to hang, but most of it's up. We have some gaps to fix here. We glued it in a lot of places, but you know, we need to fix that. But again, remember, drywall is gonna go over this, so it'll flatten out some of these gaps and stuff. So I'm not too worried about it. But yeah, that is the next phase. Okay. Drywall's going up. Got the MLV, mass loaded vinyl behind this drywall. So this is going up. I got a few cuts today, but I think that's gonna do it for this update. It's been a couple weeks now of working. I got this one up. So we're getting there. We still have to do the ceiling yet, but we have the MLV on the walls, and so we're gonna finish the drywall, but I think that's gonna do it for this update. All right, friends, that is gonna do it for this next sort of stream studio Lego room update, construction update. Everything is looking pretty good. I'm feeling pretty good about it, and we're gonna keep plugging away. We'll probably have one more video coming, but I wanted to make sure that I got a bunch of stuff in this video as to not make it, you know, just like a couple minutes of each little thing that we've done. So this has been over the span of a couple weeks working on this. We're gonna continue more work on this probably tomorrow, but that will get included in a later video. So, you know, timeline and stuff is always weird when you're uploading videos to YouTube, but I'm so very excited for this space and having this for us. And I really am just excited to get in here and get it all finished. But thank you for coming along on this next update of this journey as we continue to move this room. And until next time, remember, keep on building. Jim out!